Hey guys, for the last few sessions, we've been talking about what artist development is and its benefits for musicians. Today, I want to talk about what artist development actually looks like in practice. You see, as a musician, you are a business. You're an entrepreneur. And unfortunately, a lot of us musicians don't see ourselves this way. We just see ourselves as the musician who comes and performs and we go home. But that's the one critical mistake we all make, is not putting a business mindset to our activities. And artist development is what's going to help you distinguish yourself from the next artist and give you that business mindset as well. The good news is you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You see, corporations and businesses have been doing branding, which is what artist development is, for years and years. And so what I like to do is show you what they do and help you see how you can apply these tactics to your business as a musician. Hi, I'm Anitra J from the Crafty Musician blog, and I post weekly videos right here on YouTube helping musicians build a fan base and make money with music. Today, we're going to look at how corporations use branding, the tactics they use to get and keep customers, and how we can apply those same tactics to our business, to our branding, in order to get and keep fans.
If you want to learn more DIY hacks for your music career, subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell to be personally notified every time we upload a new video.
Before we get started, if you're watching this video between now and May 31st, 2020, you have a chance to win this t-shirt to bring awareness about supporting local music in your community. All you have to do is subscribe to this channel between now and May 31st, 2020, and you'll be automatically entered into the contest. I'll announce the winner on June 1st, 2020. You see, as human beings, we are relational creatures. We crave relationships where there's an exchange, whether it be love, support, encouragement, or good times. We feed and thrive off of one another, and it's these connections, when they're made, we will fight tooth and nail to keep those connections going. And it doesn't just apply to our personal relationships. It also applies to TV shows, favorite actors, your favorite brands, a politician and his constituents. These connections are made and they're powerful and very meaningful. And this also applies to musicians and their fans. We're going to go over 5 basic principles that businesses use to build relationships with their customers and prospects. And we're going to be able to use these principles as a map to build our own fan base and our base of support as musicians. Number 1 is brand personality. According to research, most major brands fall into 5 personalities: sincerity, competence, excitement, ruggedness, and sophistication. With every popular brand, you can filter their messaging down to these 5 basic themes. Why these themes are important has a lot to do with cultural evolution and the way we see ourselves as human beings. These brands use these different principles to help shape how their customers feel about their brand. Depending on which theme you choose, you will end up attracting a certain segment of the population to your image. An obvious example is a comparison between Home Depot and Lowe's. Home Depot offers a rugged and strong feel, while Lowe's opted for a more sophisticated and upscale look and feel for their branding. While they each offer the same products and services, they're obviously going for 2 different personality types. In a similar way, we see this in mainstream music as well. For example, we can look at Billie Eilish and Lorde. Both are very young indie pop artists within the same overall genre of music. They both have major marketing machines behind them, but they each have very different brand personalities. One appeals more to a dark and rugged theme, while the other leans more towards sophistication and glamour. With this perspective in mind, take a look at your music and how you present yourself. Which of these themes resonate most with your overall look and feel and your messaging? Taking this approach is going to help guide the way you present yourself as a whole, and it impacts every aspect of your music business. Your social media content strategy, the way your website looks and feels, your promo pictures, your videos, how you interact with your fans. It impacts every aspect of your music business. The second aspect of branding is color. Colors are a huge part of your branding, which explains why there are so many articles online explaining the different meanings behind colors. For example, did you know that you could possibly be making your prospective fans angry by choosing the wrong colors? Yes, colors have meanings. For example, there's a difference between green and orange. Each color evokes a different feeling in your prospective fan. For example, green can call up to mind money, growth, fertility, freshness, and healing, while silver can bring about a glamorous or high-tech feel. If you're going for a fun, playful theme, you might choose colors like pink and dazzling orange or neon green. But if you're going for a more rugged, dark look, you might choose masculine colors like black and gray. Whichever colors you choose as a musician, they need to represent your image and align with the messaging that you're trying to get across and the feeling you're trying to evoke in your prospective fans. The third aspect of branding is your font selection. Believe it or not, even the fonts you choose have a lot to say about you. And these fonts appear on everything from your websites, even on your merchandise, the flyers you choose, and also on your videos. Fonts are everywhere. The fonts you choose need to align with your overall message, and they also help to tell a more complete story about you. Certain types of fonts bring about certain types of feelings. For example, you have serif fonts, the fonts with the line at the top and the bottom. These fonts, they have more of a traditional look and feel, so they bring about feelings of conventional, traditional, respect, reliability, while fonts without the lines, the sans serif fonts, they have a more modern feel. So they're going to evoke more modern, crisp, and clean feelings among the people who are reading your material. There are also other types of fonts. You have script fonts and you have decorative fonts, and these fonts bring about different feelings as well. If you want to evoke something that's more fun, creative, and expressive, you might go for one of these types of fonts. Like I said, these fonts that you use will help you to tell a more colorful story to get that deeper connection with your prospective fan. The fourth thing major corporations use to build relationships with their customers is pattern recognition. Our brains prefer things that we recognize. We prefer patterns and consistency. And that's why branding works so well, is because we train people, our customers, our fans, to know how to identify us and to know what to expect from us. This applies to all aspects of the way you present yourself, but specifically with visual elements of your brand. Think about the major brands like Walmart, McDonald's, Home Depot, Sephora. They all have a specific brand language, and they all have very consistent looks time after time. So that way you know who they are. You can just look at their logo or their color or their font, and you can probably identify who they are just by looking at those things. That's brand consistency, and that's pattern recognition. Things like consistent font choices, flyer formatting and design, color selections, they all are very vital to your image and creating that consistency to allow fans, would-be fans, to identify you, to distinguish you from the next artist, and to reinforce positive messaging that is unique and specific to you. The fifth aspect of branding is a very important one. It's social grouping and belonging. Major businesses and corporations know that there is a major psychological effect when you can create a sense of belonging among your customers and your fan base in the case of musicians. This is something very important for musicians to learn and know, is that when you can create that sense of belonging, you'll be able to have a fan for life. For example, Apple computers. They have somehow created this sense of camaraderie around their content and around their marketing to where people who use their products have this automatic connection with each other. A Mac user. I'm a Mac user, and if I come in contact with another Mac user, there's an automatic connection. Whereas if I was to talk to a non-Mac user, I wouldn't have that same connection. As a musician, you can create this same type of phenomenon where around your content, around your marketing and promotions efforts, there is an underlying message that resonates with certain people to where they feel like they have a sense of belonging with other people who have those same ideals and thoughts. That's why it's so important to have a message, have a story, and be consistent with what you're bringing to your fans and your prospective fans. Those are the 5 aspects of branding that we can take from the corporate world and apply to our business as musicians. What I'd like you to do now is go through your website, go through your pictures, your flyers, your social media strategy, your videos, everything that you have put out so far and everything that you plan on putting out in the future. Implement these 5 principles to the way you present yourself in every aspect, and you'll see how you'll begin to attract more fans in more meaningful ways. And not just fans, you'll also start to attract industry professionals, team members, street team people to your business as a musician in very meaningful ways, and you'll start to make those deeper connections because you have a story to tell and sell. One of the last techniques we discussed in this video was social grouping and belonging. This is one of the most important ones because it affects your ability to establish connections with people and keep them engaged. Establish relationships with fans. But if you don't know who your audience is, you really have no effective method of reaching out to them, grabbing them, and engaging them. So if you need help identifying your tribe, download my free Fan Reach worksheet. It's going to help you identify and target your ideal fans. The link is in the description box below.
Head on over to thecraftedmusician.com for more tips and tricks to level up your music career. Talk to you soon.